Warning, the following video contains disparageful spoilers for Danganronpa V3. Enjoy!
That happened. Back in session, guys, because oh boy, that was weird. Alright.
This is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
Ah! I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary!
Okay.
Logic does not compute.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Now, you're on the threshold of an amazing
You
adventure.
know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns.
Sweet buns, okay.
So round, so sweet, so delicious.
I think Mono Funny is gonna be the one to die this time, and whenever we find out who the culprit is.
That doesn't sound scary at all!
Or both of them.
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
Did you hear something?
Right now,
No,
you're on the
I didn't hear anything.
Maybe both of them, because they keep ignoring him. Alright, then back to this.
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Donkey lips.
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Now I notice why she called her that from her that previous sprite. Now I get it. Okay.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening?
No, I'm not listening.
What?
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to survive? And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Himiko.
Yeah.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
Really blah.
That's not the problem.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial! Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just a big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
Himiko.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko! Himiko not that kind of person! Gonta can tell by Himiko's face!
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
Yeah.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, is not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth. So no give up, Himiko!
So no give up. Himiko, I know how you feel. I felt the same way after Kaede died. But we can't give up. We survived. We can't give up for the sake of everyone who died. Alright. Oh boy. Okay, those are our
Performing
options.
the seance in that room was Himiko's decision, wasn't it?
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one? Because you laid your trap there.
Was trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped too.
Yeah, even if Himiko picked the room, someone else could have set that trap.
Your opinions are empty words.
Dot, dot, dot. Oh, come on, Himiko. If the culprit's plan were to make Himiko a suspect, they might have persuaded her to choose that room somehow. But how? And what would that tell us?
Performing the seance in the court was Himiko's decision, isn't it?
Nothing steered her into that room.
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select one? It made your trap there.
Was trap only other room? Maybe
Yep.
I agree.
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
Yeah.
what?
Because
that
because
true?
he trips.
Kokichi will tell you.
He was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Bad luck.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
Yes, there was.
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
Kyo, I think you did it.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Yeah, your trap. Kyo did it. He had to.
Especially you!
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Shut up and live face. Yeah. Please.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory. We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead. This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well. That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore.
Yay!
I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
Yay!
Do not say everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
True. True.
Hey, there you go. Killing the mood like usual.
Hey, Kaito, shut up.
But damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul bro.
Soul bro.
Your soul, bro?
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
No.
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards... Isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic. Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
Why did no one step on the floorboard until it was used for the murder? Ah, that's it. That must be the reason. I don't know. I don't know. Oh. Yes?
This is it! It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
So start here, so we know what said. Those are broken. That's just a lie. Yeah, Kyo did it. Yeah, Kyo did it.
Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
That's right. If that's the case, then the culprit. There's no doubt in my mind. They're the one who killed Tenko. Only one person had the opportunity and the motive. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with what my mind is telling me. And you did it, sir.
It has to be you!
You did it.
Kyo. Was it you?
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Kyo?
Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick. But that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder. Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
Did you do it?
Answer already! Did you do it?
Oh boy.
What is so funny?
I was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes?
Yes, you did, I think.
So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
I see. That is problem.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
I am certain, 100%.
how can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
Because he's weird.
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
The culprit stepped on the exact floorboarding in the darkness. But how? How did they move around in total darkness? In a room that dark, it's hard to imagine the culprit found the right board. Although, even after I put out the candle, I can move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
Yep. That's it. The culprit didn't even have to see at all. They used sixth sense, smell, hearing. No. Touch.
That's it! The culprit used touch. They didn't see, they felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark they could have used to determine where the forward was. It must have been at the scene. I know it. Oh, another Hangman's Gambit. Okay. Yep. There we go.
I see now.
Got it.
That's it. The magic circle. They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
Okay.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
I think it's right. What?
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
I'll look like that.
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
So what?
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it, yes?
But you're talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check? Not anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
Yeah. See, another piece of the puzzle. Drawing the circle with salt all but guaranteed it would be temporary. The investigation itself would have gotten rid of the evidence. Clever.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
Jerk.
What a pain. We don't have any way to check it now.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
You have my attention. Please speak.
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Shut up, Kokichi.
Hey, may I have your attention?
Nope.
I said cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
Oh, Kibo, it's okay.
About what?
I had Miu add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
Being what?
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose!
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
What is it?
Alright, so what is this function?
It's an image recording function.
Oh.
Image recording?
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory.
Oh.
I'll give it a try.
Oh boy, this will be interesting.
Ready?
Sure. Yeah, that's a little creepier than I thought it would be.
From your mouth?
I also used magic like that before.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay, got it.
That's a little... I reluctantly took the paper from Kibo's mouth. Okay. So this is the magic circle used for the seance.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Notice anything? That's suspicious.
There!
Yep, okay.
This helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kyo's lie.
My lie.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners.
Yep.
Which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document after all.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Hey, where's my things? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Thanks, Miu, I guess.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health.
What?
Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds.
Okay.
Your what? Why? Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality.
Okay.
Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so... See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan!
And Kiba went along with it. That's the weird thing.
Quit talking about your poop. No one cares. Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction.
Of course. Of course.
Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion.
Unimportant.
Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
Okay. Whatever you say, Theo, who did it.
If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage.
Come on!
The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
Here's how to choose just...
If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
Ah, jeez.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
The only person who could have collected the sickle was Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle. So simply put, I am not the killer.
I'm sure Kyo's the culprit. He had a way of getting that murder weapon. I can prove it.
The only person I had no opportunity to touch
there
the
we go.
sickle.
Jeez.
I'll cut through your words.
Ah.
The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth. He could have secretly placed the sickle when you draped the cloth.
Okay.
And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth. Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
What?
It's correct? Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much.
She must.
Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
Is that so?
What you talking about, Kyo?
What the heck's with that voice?
You still don't understand? I killed Tenko, that is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
True, because the whole Angie thing.
Meaningless?
I think.
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
Yep. Yep. Kyo probably killed Angie too.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue. Because the Blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Maybe she committed suicide. I don't know. Probably not.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I'm with Himiko. All the way.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Yes, Kokichi.
Of course I understand. I worked really hard to understand.
Oh, my robot son. I love you so much.
Hey, why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
We're like not even halfway through this, I feel like, so no way.
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
True.
We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Nuts to that! Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit.
Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
Let's not vote. Let's just keep talking.
The culprit's one of you!
Oh boy.
Wowee! This argument is getting intense!
It's time
Times
for...
like this.
It's time for...
The Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own
Okay, shut up.
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Why were you waiting for it?
Kyo confessed to killing Tenko, but insists he didn't kill Angie. We won't forgive Kyo for what he did, but we can't vote until we know the facts. I have to pin down the evidence and convince everyone. Alright, so it's time for debate scrum. Favorite song? Turn up. Let's do this. Or one of my favorite songs. Okay. Get serious now. Vote for Korikyo. Now. Don't vote yet.
Kyo killed
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's...
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Kokichi!
Perhaps there's a second Blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
Was that the mystery?
I got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Get it? Okay, here we go. Oh boy. There we go.
This is our answer!
Did it! Oh boy. That's so
It would be a
fun.
mistake to vote before we've completely solved Angie's murder. And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene.
Being what?
I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Yes, outline the piece of evidence at Tenko's murder scene. Okay. What do we got here? That?
This is it!
Okay.
The blood stain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Is that Tenko's pot?
That bloodstain was so
Oh, wait.
far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Oh.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it. But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
I get it, I think.
Well, that's
Maybe.
weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
Bloodstain under the floorboard was dry because...
That's it! The bloodstain wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Or the seance?
That should make it clear whose blood it was. What's Kokichi's? No, it's gotta be hers.
That's it! That bloodstain wasn't Tenko's. It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities. We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
Yep.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Okay.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Okay.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Angie left her lab on her own and headed to the room where she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true, or... I don't know. I have no idea.
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle! Keep herself awake at night. She would drip hot wax on her body.
Typical Miyu.
That sounds like something only you would do.
Okay. What did Kokichi see? Something Angie did. There has to be a clue there.
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty... There shouldn't have been any... Except for candles.
That's it! Candle!
Got it.
I agree.
Oh boy.
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, her kinky wax play.
No.
No. Angie was gonna use it for the ritual. According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead.
Ever in the effigy, burn this. Okay. I see.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab.
Yep.
So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
Okay.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
That's why there was dried blood underfloor.
Okay.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held. Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance. If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's bloodstain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be Atua's will. Or maybe the power of magic.
Okay.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that is fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab?
I don't really know.
It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
Well, wasn't her forehead hurt? Or something?
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room. She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
That means the culprit attacked her twice. I have evidence of that. Okay. Let's see. Ah, yep, I just said that, and there it is.
This is it! The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from a katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow.
All right.
Ha! It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there that the culprit finished her off.
All clear. This is all clear. What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear? What are you? All clear?
Okay, get a little creepy there.
What are you all? You what? What are? I will not fear. I will not back down.
Whoa.
Sweet Korekio, calm yourself.
Whoa, wait. Whoa.
Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
Whoa. What?
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
Whoa.
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all. It's full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog!
Okay.
Nothing is clear at all!
Well, alright, okay. Alright. Oh boy.
Angie was attacked in the empty room first, and carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
Okay.
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if you wiped them down late, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
That was it.
No evidence anywhere, was
There we
there,
go.
Shuichi?
I'll cut through your words.
Okay, wow, that was something. Is that his sister? Is that what that
There
was?
was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt, and ended up under her body.
It must have been Atua who did that for us.
Sure, right.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
Oh, we have to select him again. Okay.
It has to be you.
Has to be.
It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
What the fuck? So it's true!
Yes.
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
You killed both of them. Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
Yeah, really, why?
I think one of the murders was an accident.
An accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
The murder, that was an accident.
That's it.
So that was an accident?
Angie's murder was an accident.
What? Tenko wasn't accident?
That's right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with a seesaw trick. But while he was making preparations in the empty room, Angie walked in. So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Then you should have just stopped there. Once he killed Angie, there was no reason for him to kill Tenko.
You only needed to kill one for this game. Killing 2 is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kyo? Why you kill 2 of our friends?
What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit.
Yes, you are.
So, why is everyone looking at me like I am?
Or maybe that alter ego thing did it.
Why? Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Korekio. Yes. You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
Alternate ego, or that's his sister, or I don't know.
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
Yeah, really.
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a trivial matter. I will never acknowledge your allegations. Not a single one of them. For you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge your deductions or guesses.
Okay.
Well said. Good job, Korekio. Yes, thanks.
Creeps me the fuck out!
Me too. No evidence. There's no evidence that he killed Anji?
You're wrong. There is evidence.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room. That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize. 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 Apologize.
How about no?
Apologize. 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 Apologize.
Okay, chill.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
I don't know. I have no idea what's happening with Kyo. Because I know what weapon he used on Anji. I have to prove it to him. Okay. Oh.
I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong.
Ah. Oh, whoops.
I'm not the culprit, so I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit, so I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit, so I have nothing to confess.
Okay.
Why must you force your delusions on us? You're lying. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Korekio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Korekio. To continue this debate is meaningless. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Korekio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize.
I need to push that button.
Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Korekio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
What? What the heck is happening?
Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Korekio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
This is so difficult.
Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me!
Come on.
Korekio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Oh my gosh, just end this.
Apologize.
Final blow.
You have no proof that Korekio is the killer.
Oh shoot. Okay.
You have no proof that Korekio is the killer.
Move forward. There we go. Jeez.
It ends here.
I panicked. I was panicking. Oh. Well, that's quite something. Oh boy.
Kyo hit Angie with the same floorboard used in the seesaw trick.
I see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
There was a small patch of dried blood on the underside of the floorboard.
Angie's blood?
So I'm assuming that it's kind of like a geisha, like that when he looks like the girl, kind of reminds me of a geisha.
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board.
Maybe one time when he was doing his anthropology crap, he summoned a geisha into his body. I don't know. Spirit, you know, or maybe he's just weird.
But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. there's also the bloodstain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Yep.
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
Wow, okay. I think Todd Habercorn just blew out his vocal cords.
I believe that while Kyo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
And he cold-cocked her with the floorboard.
Ugh.
all you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
Yep.
What's true? This is the truth.
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi, I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Will do, bro.
Chief, please, put an end to this.
Will do.
For Angie and Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
I understand. I'll go over everything one more time.
Alrighty.
Kyo, I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
Alright, closing argument. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, alright. Who was the culprit? Who was the culprit with the saw in the empty room? Okay. What weapon knocked on Angie unconscious? That? Yes. Okay. What was compressing the injury on Angie's head while she was carried? The duct tape. What weapon? Whose effigy was stabbed with the katana? The handle on the spinning. Yep. Oh, I just guessed. When Angie's body was found, who unlocked the door? What object did Tenko? Oh, Yep. What weapon did the culprit set up on the iron cage? Okay. Who besides Kokichi was responsible for extinguishing the candles? Nope. How was the culprit able to move around in darkness during the seance? The salt thing? And then, let's see, what we got? When the culprit approached the cage... Remove... Nope. Okay. Oh, well, okay. Oops. No, go. No. Ugh, I hate this thing. It's so annoying. Well, then what the heck is it? Okay, there we go. There we go. Unlock them all. So I can finish this. Unlock. Unlock. Alright, go back to the beginning one. Alright. Who was the culprit? Oh, no, not that. I'm dumb. I know what that is, though. Who's effigy? Oh, whose effigy was Kaede's? God, I hate this thing. I hate this thing. It's so bleh. Who unlocked Kokichi? Kubasai Kokichi. Oh, Shuichi. When the culprit approached the cage. Yes, okay. How'd the magic circle get erased? Footsteps. And then this last one has to go here. Okay.
This is the truth of the case!
Did it.
Let's look back at the first murder. It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the crosspieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms.
That saw has 2 double-edged, anyway.
However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting crosspieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit. The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head. The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise.
But why did he kill Tenko? We know why he killed Angie, but why Tenko?
They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab. While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight.
Or maybe he didn't care who he killed, whoever volunteered for the seance was gonna die.
They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick. Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this. To overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere. And the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. and spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door.
Spinny, spinny. Whee!
Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times.
True.
Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body.
Kokichi's face.
But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder. To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance. Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed.
Yep.
To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned. Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Caged Child song.
Yeah.
When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium. But our culprit had another plan, to commit a murder in the darkness. Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle, they found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before. Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard. The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage. Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage. She was killed right before our eyes, and we didn't even see it.
Yep. Poor Tenko, man.
After committing the crime, the culprit followed the Salt back to their corner. Finished the ritual and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body.
He dropped. Okay.
While we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us.
Yeah.
The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle.
I like that image right there with like the hand coming down. That's really cool. It's pretty cool, actually. Oh.
Korekio Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders.
Yeah, you did it. So.
That's where my detective work leads us. It all fits.
Sweet Korekio, there are times when it's necessary to admit defeat. Admit? Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
Unfortunately, yes. Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
100 friends?
100 friends?
It was my dream to make 100 friends.
Why?
Oh, it's so unfortunate! I was so close to 100!
Okay.
What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Miu, are you okay over there?
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already!
Roger that! One voting time! Coming up!
The heart racing excitement as
100 friends?
The heart racing excitement!
As the blackened and the spotless finally face off!
It's voting time!
Okay. Well then. Man, so many people have died. Jeez.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
But 100 friends? I'm really curious why. 100 friends. Yep. 100 friends.
Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Verdict. It's so 100 friends? Like, what does that mean? Well, I mean, I know what it means, but like, why? And is there some what's the backstory behind the whole 100 friends thing? I'd like to know. Alright. I did well. Yes. I got an A. Okay. Woohoo! Did I get an A and everything? Oh, I got a B on the... Oh, well, that's okay.
Wow! Seriously? You're correct again!
Absolutely
Amazing! This is the 3rd correct verdict in a row!
All right!
If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you'll proceed to the bonus round.
How's this gonna last that long?
For now.
It's finally over.
No.
No, not yet. I haven't heard his answer yet. Kyo, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tenko?
Right!
Yeah, he no need to kill them both, no matter what motive he have.
Oh?
Motive?
Hey!
Did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? Even if it did, though, how did that trigger a murder?
Hey!
Don't tell me. Were you actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaito?
Shut up!
Shut up! I never said I was scared. The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Because we're friends, I'll tell you. I never once believed in the ritual. I would never kill someone over such a silly thing as that.
What?
So it has nothing to do with the motive?
Yeah?
Then why?
Yes.
For the one that I love.
There is someone that I love.
From the bottom of my heart, someone so dear, someone I long for.
I love her with all my heart, and she loves me with all her heart.
Your sister?
Yes, we vowed an endless love to each other, forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intense love, no matter what anyone says.
He's just a siscon. That's weird. I'm disturbed. Bragging about your perfect love life? Fuck you. Some of us aren't that lucky. So to see this lover of yours, you had to escape.
Don't tell me.
That's why you killed Angie and Tenko? But why did you need to kill both?
If you asked if I did it to escape this place, my answer would be no.
Wonderful.
Because I have no need to escape this place. The one I love is inside. Inside.
Wait!
Don't look at me. I'm not his lover.
Yeah.
Calm down. No one would want a disgusting shit-stuffed bitch like you anyway.
Kersploosh!
What the?
Hey!
Kyo, who is it? Who's this person you love?
Hey.
Is it really one of us? When I say inside, I do not mean inside this academy.
You see.
I mean inside me.
Sister.
Yes, the one I love inside, the one that I love lives inside me. My dearest sister. He's a siscon.
Huh?
Sister?
Wait!
Don't look at me! I'm not his sister!
Right?
Well, duh. If you were his sister, he would have killed himself already.
Wait!
Your sister? But didn't you say she was your lover?
Whatever is the matter.
It is not that difficult. My sister is my lover. Okay.
I loved her so deeply. And she loved me so deeply.
Disturbing.
The fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us.
Okay.
They called it forbidden love. But none could stop the love we shared.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how I long for my sister's warmth.
Well, what happened to her?
The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth.
Siscon.
For my beloved sister.
That is why I had to.
Always messing
You had to
around.
escape from here, right?
No.
No. I had to kill for her.
Huh?
What?
Sister.
Sister was very sickly. She was always in and out of the hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely.
However,
Even if I could be her little brother and her lover, I couldn't be her friend. So I thought I'd find her some friends. Friends for my dear deceased sister.
huh?
Deceased.
Do you understand?
My sister is now a ghost, so her friends should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved sister!
For sister's sake, I've killed many to send her 100 friends. They were all wonderful people, worthy of being sister's friends.
Huh?
What?
Incomprehensible.
This is too impossible to understand. Too impossible.
Sister.
Sister is very happy. Yes. Yes, Korikyo. I'm very happy. Thanks to you. I am not lonely.
What?
Could it be that the lipstick version of Kyo is?
I am Korekio's older sister.
Thank you for looking after my older brother.
What?
What the hell?
Yes.
After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught I nearly went mad. But sister came to save me.
I am pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside me.
Sister.
Now I can see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely.
Korekio.
That's wonderful, Korikyo. Your love made the impossible possible.
Are you serious?
Are you serious? Is this really a spirit?
I told you.
He's just delusional. What a sad girl who can't even believe in the power of love.
Ew.
Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick.
Well, you know.
You said you killed a lot already, right? So it wasn't just the two you killed here.
What was that?
What? Seems like he was already crazy before he got here.
Because?
You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
Unacceptable.
Do not make me out to be some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being sister's friends.
Huh?
Only girls? I see. So when we were deciding on who should be the medium. Okay. You said it would work best with a girl. I spent my time evaluating all the girls here.
Wonderful.
And besides Maki and Miyu, they were all worthy. All worthy of being sister's friends.
Yeah?
All worthy?
Why, you...
Hey, how come I'm not included? I mean, not like I care.
Then
the second victim could have been me. Tenko died in place of me.
Excellent.
Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble, earnest heart made her a perfect friend for sister.
Wonderful.
She infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko.
Huh?
Huh? Infiltrate? Really? But how did you... It was obvious to me. I had studied many people. Yes.
Can this be?
She stood up against the darkness of this school all by herself. All for her beloved friend.
Beautiful.
I was so touched by that. Wonderful. She was perfect friend for sister. I can't understand why you didn't like her, Himiko.
Well.
Though, I was planning on having you become sister's friend too, eventually.
No way!
What? You will do all that for... Wow, you did all that just to kill. For you to go that far, that's pretty impressive. You were interested in the caged child just so you could use it to kill someone, right?
Let's see.
It interests me as an anthropologist, of course, but more than that.
For my beloved sister!
I wanted to kill for sister. I cannot deny that overpowering feeling.
Are you okay?
Kaito, are you okay? You look kind of pale. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kyo right now. Allow me to explain, though. I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place.
However...
But Anji walked in on me preparing, and I ended up killing her in a different way. So I figured I may as well kill someone else too. After all, it would be a shame to just waste the seance trick I prepared. You're talking like you killed her just because you could. No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to sister.
Correctio.
Kurikio, you're such a thoughtful little brother, but it was bad to get greedy.
Oh dear.
You're right. Because of that, now I can't send 100 friends to sister. Do you understand now? Those were circumstances of Kurikio's crime. I do not understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand.
Why?
That right. Killing 2 friends for your dead sister?
But how?
That wrong. That's so wrong. Oh, don't get so worked up. There's something I learned after sister's death.
Do not worry.
Death only changes a person's form. The soul lives on as a ghost.
That's right.
That's right. Even if I'm a ghost now, I'm always by Kurikio's side.
Sister.
Thank you, sister. I love you.
Cut it out already.
What was that?
I don't understand anything you're saying. Nothing makes sense.
It's not fair. Why did Angie and Tenko have to die for something so unfair?
Well...
Because death is unfair.
Yeah. And another...
All deaths are unfair deaths. Why do you think news stations get such high ratings when they're reporting about death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths.
Maybe.
Well, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game? Man, if people were watching this, they would get a kick out of it. If people were watching this.
Shut up!
Knock off the bullshit. Only sick fucks would enjoy watching this.
You got me.
Hell yeah, if I wasn't in this killing game, I would have so much fun watching.
So then...
The nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery. But my role in it is over. I have finished my explanation to you, friends.
Sister.
I think I shall go and see her now. My beloved sister. I had to stop recording for a minute because it kept messing up so bad, but it should be good now.
Sister.
I was unable to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now.
Correctio.
It's alright, sweet Kurikio. Come to me.
Oh.
Looks like you're already prepared. Now then, let's get started.
It's punishment time!
Yeah.
Huh?
Punishment time.
Sister.
My beloved sister, at long last, I'll finally get to see you again.
That's right.
Yes, from now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others.
What? Wait, I can't accept this.
Therefore...
Like I said, there's no such thing as a death that cannot be accepted.
From an anthropological
Why
point
do you
of view,
think so many different cultures have funeral rites? Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead can never cease?
Yes.
The living must find a reason, however, forced to accept death when it happens. How you come to terms with death also determine how you live, yes?
What was that?
What?
That was the answer I reached. How about you? How will you live a life that faces death?
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For the ultimate anthropologist, Kurikio Shinguji.
I shall observe.
I will watch over you all as a ghost. As your friend, I will watch over you.
That's right.
It won't just be me and Kurikio. All those who died will be watching. I'll be watching to see how you face death, the death of your friends.
Humanity is
I'll
beautiful.
be watching forever and ever.
It's punishment time!
Yep. Let's see this. This will be interesting. Huh. I think it's just him faking that that's actually his sister. Okay. Ah! Cultural melting pot. Oh, there he goes, round and round. Where he goes, nobody knows. Nobody... Nice. Super dizzy. Well, alright then. Melts to death. Ugh. Another way to go. What? Oh. Oh. Oh, there he goes. Up, and his sister. Oh. Oh. That's not really his sister. Oh. Huh. Well then, that was a ghostly, execution. So yeah, Monodam was the one who... Wow, it was Monodam. Okay, I was not expecting that at all. I thought it was really gonna be either Monotaro, Monofunny, or... Wow. And the Horikoryokyo execution. That was a really interesting one. Wow. That was really cool too, but poor guy. But I don't know, I didn't feel as bad for him as I did for others in their executions because I really kind of liked Senko, and I mean, Anji was getting a little weird at times, but I still feel bad for her, so yeah. I'll see you guys in the next part. Oh boy. Bye!